Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Friday, 21st of September, 2018. It is quad witching. We have completion of rollover. Oh, what did I do here? Completion of rollover and expiration of options, and should be an interesting day. We've got rebalancing going on as well today. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. Our hypotheses are our trade plans. We do not claim to know what the market's going to do. We create multiple plans or hypos in order to have a plan in place. Then we wait for the market to open up, see who's taking control, and then we execute the plan that best suits the market, and we make adjustments as context changes during the course of the trading day. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email, quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to. Then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, your own risk metrics. Taking a look at yesterday. Yesterday, we opened auction at a range. We were looking for some responsive selling down. We were looking for possibility of going back towards the mid of the gap, which was down in the 20 area. We didn't quite get down there. Only went as low as 26, and then we just started grinding up into new all-time highs. Putting in a new all-time high in the RTH at 29.4075. The day ended up as a double distribution. There is a ton of stuff here that we're looking at the lower part of the distribution down here. There's TPO singles, there's the mid, there's the VWAP. There's the weekly ATR up. There's a bunch of stuff there. So that's going to be our over underline is this 33.75 area, really 33 to 34, and see how we react off of that. So new all-time high put in the RTH. Now in the Globex, what we do, we go in and we put in another new all-time high. So we have a all-time high that is unequalized yet again. The Globex all-time high is higher than the RTH all-time high. Therefore, at some point in time, we're looking for those two things to be equalized out. Looks pretty strong with that bounce off the 38. We had news come out, and we've got a nice 5.5 point rotation off of that news. Taking a look at the news, we had core CPI and retail sales from Canada. Retail sales was a big beat. Everything else was pretty much where we expected it. In 55 minutes, we've got manufacturing PMI, market composite PMI, and services PMI. 10:30, we've got the ECR weekly annualized and the ECR weekly index. Then at 1 o'clock, we've got the rig count, the Baker's Hughes rig count. And then at 3:30, we have CFTC copper and crude, gold, all the CFTCs. But more importantly, today is quad witching, and we're going to see some volatility, especially. There's going to be some shenanigans going on, as the day progresses. So just be careful today. Not only is it Friday, it's quad witching, a tough day where you can see moves come out of nowhere, and you want to be very careful. Overnight inventory is pretty much net long. It's about, I'd say, 80% net long. So we are looking for some balancing. I'm looking for a rotation down towards this 33 at some point this morning, although this is looking pretty strong right now. There is a zipper measured move as well that is valid until we get to new all-time highs, and that target is down in the 33.50. So taking a look at the levels, we've got the weekly ATR up. We've got the TPO single from yesterday at 33.75. We've got the zipper measured move at 33.50. We've got the LVN, the IB high from yesterday, the mid, the VWAP, a lot going on, and of course the LVN from double distribution. So just keep that in mind. But that was a big spike in volume on the way up here. So again, we're going to see these type of impulsive moves today come out of nowhere. Each day, I like to start with a basic candlestick chart. I do this every day. I don't vary from it. And I start on a monthly and work my way down. And what I'm looking at is I put a 9 EMA, 20 SMA. I'm looking for how strong the trend is in that periodicity. You know, do we got good slope and separation? Is price paralleling the 9 nicely? And where do we challenge the trend with a test of the 9 or a break of the 9, or where we possibly violate the trend and get a trend change with the break of the 9 and the 20? You can see good slope, good separation at all-time highs. This trend is extremely strong, and overall, you don't want to fight this trend and don't try to call a top, because it can go a lot longer than you think. Going to the weekly, same thing. Price is paralleling the 9 really nicely. You've got a really good slope and separation. The trend doesn't even get challenged until we get back to the 2880s. So, you know, and here we are, you know, 60 points above. Going to the daily, we had consolidation, and now you're getting continuation with slope and separation at all-time highs, with an unequalized all-time high in the 4-hour. Again, same thing. We had consolidation, then we get the continuation up, and you know, a challenge to the trend will take us down into the 35, 33 area. Going to the 30-minute, it looked like we were going to get a trend rollover, and they've taken it right back, and we're back above the 9 and the 20. So watch, you know, the 39 area to see if it holds. Taking a look at the structure of the market, we broke out of this balance that we've been in. We accepted price higher, then we had the gap up and the breakout. We're in price discovery once again, and coming into new all-time territory with an unequalized all-time highs between 40.75 and 45.50. So key areas to pay attention to is obviously going to be that 40.75, the prior all-time high and the range high from yesterday. We're going to have another, if we hold right now for the next 55 minutes, we're going to have another you know, gap up, and we'll wait to see how we handle that situation. Right now, if we open right here at 43.50, our close was 39.75 from yesterday. Our half gap is going to be 41.75. Again, this will have to be adjusted accordingly once we open, but you know, I'll just put it in for now. All right, so do we get another gap and go and you know, another trend up, or do we get some balance and some rotation back inside of the prior day? Because of the situation, you know, it's you know, nothing we can do about it. The context leads to have a equally weighted hypo 1 and hypo 2. But I'm going to flip it around today because I'm thinking that we're going to get a move back down into the mid of the significant breakout candle, and we've got a lot going on down there. So right now I'm looking for an open auction out of range. I'm looking for possibility, not necessarily probability, possibility of taking out the overnight high, equalizing the all-time highs, and then finding responsive sellers. Now, they might find them a little bit lower because there's really not much up here, but I'm looking for a rotation down to fight the 40, 75 and the value area high at 39, and then I'm looking for a break below into value, a come down, take out the overnight low and the naked VPOC, and take a trip down to the 33, 34 area, chop in this area, and then start, working our way up and really, trading the upper distribution of the prior day. That is hypo 1. Hypo 2 is another gap and go day. Open auction out of range, come down, fill the half gap, possibly even test into the prior day, but somewhere between 42 and 39. I'm looking for buyers to step in early, rotate us up, and take out the overnight high, equalize the all-time high, and push up towards the extended measured move on that cup and handle. Our daily ATR is all the way up here at the 58. Our daily ATR to the downside is down at the 25. So range capabilities, okay, to make new all-time highs and push into the 2950s, or we could come down and get back into the 2920s. So that is a definitive possibility. So hypo 2, gap and go, or just close the gap and go, but basically a continuation day and a push up into the 2950s. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is a open auction out of range, a failure to take out the overnight high and equalize that all-time high, come down into the 33s, chop here, and then push down and come down into the range low from yesterday and into the gap zone, with the main target being the mid of the gap and with the extended target being the 2920 naked VPOC and naked close. We've got repair work to be done here and repair work to be done here right now from the gap and from the double distribution from yesterday. The weekly ATR, we're already above, so we have to, why we have the context of the possibility of another gap and go day. Also, weekly critical mass. The week open is 2909. It is, weekly critical mass. We also have the end of the quarter. So, if they don't get back below this 2950, it's unlikely that we're going to get a negative week. Very unlikely. Right now, we're going to go and get below 2909, but you never know. And we're likely to end with another positive week, and we could see some capitulation. That's less likely due to the fact that we have rollover going on and quad witching. So just be aware of that. Of course, the fourth alternative is we have a sideways consolidation day, and we basically chop between 45 and 33 and basically just go sideways as we fight the high of the prior day and accept value higher. So those are my 4 main hypotheses for ES. Take a quick look at gold. Gold again failed to hold above the value area high of the micro composite. It has moved down. It is back testing the 1200. Nothing's changed. Everything is exactly the same. We want to see a breakout of value and a push up into breaking the 18 to get to the 20 to the 22, And then if we can, continuation up into the next leg up, which is the 1233. That is the upside hypothesis. The downside hypothesis is we don't hold the 1200, we break below the value area, and we get the next leg down with a push to take out the fractal low at 92.70 and get below the 89.40. If we get below the 89.40, I'm looking for a bigger move down to take out this fractal low and come down back into the 1150 area. That's what I'm looking at. Gold doesn't change. It's been just there for a couple weeks, and after making this big leg down, we're just going sideways as we fight the 1200 and try to hold above. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.